Hello everyone, welcome again to another video. Today we are looking at life skills and computer literacy level 3, which was a final exam of 2022. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please click subscribe and click the like button and notification so that you get notified every time when I upload another video. Question 1 is displayed on the screen. You can see it says use MS Word and the instructions below to prepare your document. So the document that you see now on the screen, it is the document that they are actually looking for. So I have created the document already, but obviously in the question paper it will show you the document that you have to type, and then you are retyping what you find in the question paper as question 1. So I've already typed it. We'll go through it to check the things that are important as you are doing question 1 so that you don't miss any instruction, and then you can obtain all the marks which are given according to the question paper. Question 1.2, it says use font type Times New Roman 12. If you look at this document, you can see that the font type that I have here is Times New Roman and font size 12. That is what I used to type this document. So meaning that before I can type, you have to click here and change the font type, and also click there to change the font size. So mine is accurate. Let's look at 1.3. It says as a header, insert your examination number left and question 1 right. So meaning that on this document, now I'm going to insert the header, and this is how you do it. Obviously, you know by now you go and click insert. So when I click insert there, on the right hand side you will find header and footer. So they are looking for the header. I click header, and then I have to check what type of a header I want. I want it to on the left and also on the right hand side. So I can take the one that says blank 3 columns, then it will insert a header for me. On the left hand side, the examination number is your own ID number. So in this case, for now, I will just type examination number. So but for you, you will type your own ID number in the exam. The middle one here we were not told to use, so I will click and press delete on the keyboard. On the right hand side we are supposed to type question 1, so I click there and type question 1. So now after putting question 1 in the header on the right hand side, then the instruction that follows says edit the main document or the main heading. Edit the main heading, the importance of networking, to appear in Rockwell Extra Bold 16. So that is a font. That is a font, Rockwell Extra Bold, and then you are going to make it a font size 16. So what is happening now, it means since while we are still in the header, you have to go out of the header by clicking close header and footer. So when I click it like this, now my cursor is blinking on my document, and you can see that the cursor is blinking right next to the heading. So I'm going to highlight the heading like I'm doing now, and then when the heading is highlighted, then I can make sure that I look at the instruction again in the question paper to ensure that I'm going to use the correct font and the font size. So the font is a Rockwell Extra, so I go to the font there where I can type Rockwell, so as to like to search for it, Rockwell. So when I say Rockwell Extra, there it is. I press enter because it's highlighted. My heading is highlighted, so it will change immediately when I press enter. And then I have to make it bold, and then I have to make the font size to be 16. There it is. And then now looking at the instruction, now it says 1.5 double underline the heading, and then I have to make sure that I double underline the subheading. So now that is the heading, so I have to go and look for the subheading, because in the brackets they've indicated what the subheading starts with. The subheading that they're looking for starts with main sources of. So this is the one. I have to highlight it and then make sure that I double underline. So when you double underline, you cannot just rush and click the U because you know that it's underlined. Click the small arrow next to that, and then you will see different type of underlining. So I'm going to choose double underline, and then you will see that it's applied now to the heading, which is the subheading that I've highlighted. 1.6 says insert the table with 2 columns and 4 rows. So the table that I've inserted here, I counted on my question paper as it was indicated. How many columns do I want? How many rows do I want? Because when you are there where you are supposed to insert it, when you go and click insert, when it goes to table, you will have to go to insert table and specify number of rows and number of columns. So in my case, I've indicated here when I was inserting it that I want only 2 columns, because columns are actually horizontally, which is on the left and on the right. But the rows, you count them horizontally, so I had 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this case here, I've put 4. So when I click OK, that is when I got this. So already I've done it. Then I typed the information inside because it was displayed in the question paper. And then the next instruction says bold and change the alignment of the table headings to the right, and then justify the whole document. So now looking at the way the document will change, like indicated now on the question paper, the heading that we have changed to Rockwell, you see it's indicated there. You can see that the table is indicated as to how it must change with bold and right align and double underline. So we are going to change the information inside the table to be bold and right align. So I'm going to highlight the headings and make it bold by clicking home, bold, and then I'm going to make it right align. There it is, just like that. And then my subheading is double underlined, so meaning that I've covered everything that is needed in question number 1. So now looking at the instruction 1.8 says justify the whole document. So my whole document is there. I can highlight the text there and click justify, which is there just after left align, and then there it is, justify, that the last one there. So my document is justified on the left, and on the right the margins are equal. That is how you do justify. And then 1.9 says save the document as networking 1 on your disk or according to your college examination regulations. So I've saved it as networking 1, so meaning that it's saved already. And then they say 1.10 print the document on one portrait page and place the printout in your examination folder. So this is how it will come out when you print, clicking file, and then when you go to print, you will see that it is in portrait. So when we look at the document here on the preview, you can see that it is in portrait because it is appearing vertically, not horizontally. Then you can click the big button of print, and then it will come out of the printer. Right, so now that is how you do question 1. Okay, so going to question 2. Question 2 says retrieve the document that you have saved as networking 1 and edit it according to the instructions below. 2.2 says edit the header and type your examination number and question 2 center align. So now going back to our header, because we have saved this document as networking 1, now we are going to make changes on it so that we can save it differently. So I have examination number there. Now this must be centered according to the instructions. So when I click home there and click center, you can see that nothing changes, because remember when you insert the header, when you're inserting the header, you took the one with 3 blank columns. So now I'm going to reinsert the header because I want to make changes on it. So when I go to header and take 3 blank columns, then I have to remove this one on the left, this one on the right, because this one here I will type examination number, which is your own ID number. Okay, so it meaning that when you are doing this here, you are typing your own ID number. Okay, then when you press enter there, you have to make sure that now you are going to make the cursor to blink below the examination number, you can press tab once. It will be there exactly, because that is the placeholder for typing at the center of the header. Now I'm going to type what is given to me in the instruction. They said I must type question 2. Remember, now we are preparing question 2, which is going to be changed from question 1 to question 2. So I did that. Now I click close header and footer because I need to work on my document. Looking at the document there, as displayed according to the way it will change, you can see that the table is going to change. I'm going to have a page break somewhere appearing, and then we're going to have where we're going to insert a picture there. Now let's look at the instruction again. It says 2.3, shade the first row of the table with white background 1 darker 50. So meaning that I'm going to go to the table, first row, highlight, and then I'm going to apply shading to this row. So I'm going to go to the paragraph group. There you can see shading, it's under there under paragraph group. When I click there, I will have to look for the name white background 1 darker 50. When you put your mouse and leave it, it will give you the name of the shading that you are looking for. So now one by one, when you move your mouse there, it will give you the type of shading. So I'm looking for white background 1 darker 50. So then obviously the darker is going to be more dark, then it has to be 50. There it is, you can see as indicated. Now I found it. So when I click it, now it's shaded according to that. 2.4 says apply borders around the table as indicated. So when you look at the table here on the question paper as displayed, it must have a double border around your table. So meaning that now I can go and highlight the whole table and change it. So now the whole table obviously will have a double line border so around it. Then it means now I have to make sure that my cursor is blinking inside the table. Then you will see this handle here on the top left corner. When I click it, only the table is selected. So what you can do now, you look at the tools there, you have design and layout under table tools. So this is a temporary tool for the table, meaning that if your cursor is blinking somewhere else, like now it's blinking amongst my text outside the table, that tool is not there. But when I click inside the table, that tool comes back. So when you see that tool, make sure that your table is selected by the handle on the top left corner. So I did it just now. Now when you click either one of the two, when you click design, you'll find all the other things that you can use to edit the table. Okay, when you click layout, it's when now you're going to make changes to the borders and other things, that the grid lines of the table and so on. So now I'm going to go to design because we need a double border around the table. Then I see border there, I click it, and then now you go to more there, down there where it says borders and shading, so that you can actually see a preview of what you're doing. And then now I'm going to go and look for the sample here on the right hand side of that represents my table. So everything that is here represents the table that you see there. So now I need a double border around, meaning outside. So I have to take the type of line that I need, so it's a double line border. Then now I need it only around, meaning that inside I still need it to remain as single lines. So then I will go and take a single line and put it, apply inside, but outside there I will put a double line border. So now I will go and take a double line and put double line, double line, double line, and also on the right hand side. So meaning that when I click OK, you see that double line border is only outside, but inside I still have a single line border. But look at the text. The text has changed there on the question paper where the information is numbered on the left, and on the right hand side they've used Roman figures, so I have to use the same as well. So I can highlight on my text there and go to home and choose the number system and take the one with bracket like this, and then go on the right hand side and take the numbering system under home there, and then I choose Roman figures. There it is. So you apply them by choosing them from the tools. You don't retype them so that they are accurate. Then now there's a page break as indicated there below the table, so meaning that my cursor must blink below the table. There it is, it's blinking as you see. Now I'm going to insert a page break, so I'm going to go and click layout, and then you will see that you have page break there. When I click it, I can say page so that I break my page. Then now I'm on page 2 as I'm scrolling down, which is now indicated on the question paper. As you see here, it says we must insert a picture and make sure that the picture height and width is going to be 6 dotted border. So any picture, because it says we must insert any picture. Right, now I'm going to go to the document now. Again, my document there, it's waiting for me to insert any picture. So now when you are inserting the picture, you can just go to insert there and then click pictures, and then when you click pictures, it will open a file explorer where you have to choose the picture that you are inserting. So any picture that you find in your folders, you can just insert, because they said any picture. So when I click there to insert a picture that I want, or maybe you go and look around until you find the picture that you think is suitable, and then immediately when you find it, if I click and then click insert, then the picture will just come there. So meaning that now the instruction, as you look, it says we have to insert the picture and make sure that the height is 2 centimeter and the width is 6. Okay, so meaning that now when you look at the picture again, you have to make sure that the handles are appearing around the picture. So I click on the picture there. When I click on the picture, you see that picture tools comes up there. Then on the right hand side, you have the width and the height. So when I put my mouse there, it shows you that this is the shape height. So the height must be 2 centimeter. So meaning that I can type 2 there, and then the width there must be 6. Then I put 6 there. Then now when it's like that, that is the right size that they want. But we are not done, because the border of the picture must be a dotted border. So meaning that I have to click on the picture and then make sure that I put a border around it. So when you look at picture tools again, it ensures that your picture is selected. So now you made sure. So when you click the picture, you made sure that picture tools is there, and then you can see format. So now on the right hand side a little bit, you can see picture border. When I click picture border, I can go down to choose the type of border that I want. So now there are dashes as well. So it means that you can go and choose a dotted border around. Then when I click it there, you can make it thick so that it's visible. So then we can go to picture border again, and then go to change the width of the border so that the border can be visible, so that everyone can see that you have changed it to a dotted border. So now this is like a dash border. So if I go to dash, there dashes, then I look for more lines, type of lines, so that I can find dots. More like dots there. So when you have applied it like this, then it's visible that you have applied dotted borders there. Right, now when we continue on our question paper, we are instructed to add more text just below the picture. So when you add more text, meaning that you look at your question paper and add what is missing. So as the question paper is displayed now, you can see that we have 2 columns on the left and on the right where we are going to insert this text. So now I'm going to make sure that the cursor is blinking just below the picture so that we can insert the text here. So I'm going to insert the text now, then we can continue. So before I insert the text, meaning that you have to create 2 columns first, on the left and on the right. So the easiest way to do it, there are 2 ways to do it. Either you split the paragraphs to text, or you create a page to accommodate 2 columns for you. So the easiest way also to do it is to go to insert, and then you can insert 2 columns of a table like this. Then we're going to remove the borders later on. So what happens now is that I can type the text and then on the left and also on the right and remove the borders after that. So let me type the text first. Right, so after typing the text, now we need to remove the border around so that it shows that it's 2 paragraphs. It's 2 columns. So I'm going to highlight the first part of the column and make sure that we have the correct bullets. I'm going to go to home, and then I'm going to make sure that the bullets there, I have what has been indicated, and then on the right hand side as well, I'm going to highlight and make sure that I have the correct bullets as indicated. Then now we need to remove the border around, so I click there, then I go to layout, and then we need to remove everything around there. Then I go and say no border. When I say no border, then you can see that this is 2 columns. When you print it, it will be like that, 2 columns as it is. Right, so now after editing the document, now the instructions said we must save the document as networking 2 in our folder. So meaning that now I will go and save as, and then I will choose that it must save as networking 2. So I will choose the folder where it must go, and then now I will retype the name there and say networking 2 and then save. So as you see, updates indicated, networking 2 is the name of the file, and then now I can close it because I'm done working with it.